Hey guys, Davik here, and I know it's been a while, but school's just been crazy for me. The last 2 months has been nuts. So hopefully I'll have some more regular content coming out. But today I actually wanted to hop on this video just because I wanted to reflect on my year. So uh, today is actually the day before my 22nd birthday. So I thought it was a good opportunity to think about some of the stuff I learned throughout the year, my experiences, and yeah, what 21 was like, and maybe talk briefly about what 22 might be like. With that said, I mean, it's a pretty personal video. Not gonna edit it too much or do too many. It's gonna be a first take video, so I mean, it's not gonna be that polished, but it's just gonna be me talking about things because I feel like it. I think thinking about 21, the one thing that defines this year most is my friends and family, and I've always valued them a lot. But this year really reinforced to me how much they mean to me, and where, when it comes to my career, when it comes to my friends, my family, my uh, just my overall happiness, where I value everything. And that was always sort of a juggling point for me. I'm still really career ambitious, but at the same time, I realize, especially now, that at the end of the day, like, when I achieve my career is nowhere near the happiness or the fulfillment I'll feel when I achieve stuff with my family or experience things with my friends. It just goes so much further. That those deep personal connections you make with them are really, for me, what makes life meaningful. I can work so hard to, get the best job, to get the big house, get the big car, but at the end of the day, if I don't have people in my life who I care about, then none of that means anything. What am I going to do with all those things? At the end of the day, those are inanimate objects, and yeah, they might make me happy for like 2 or 3 hours, but they're nowhere near the meaningfulness as those relationships you have are. And so, if it wasn't already cemented for me, for especially with this year, it really goes to show me how much I value those things and how it should never be a compromise between the two. That's not to say you don't make compromises. Sometimes you don't hang out with your friends because you got to make the right career choice. But at the same time, if I have to pick between my friends and family and my career, it's always going to be my friends and family. I'm going to try finding the best situation for both, but if it's like an ultimatum, it's my friends and family, because what is a career at the end of the day? A really interesting video I watched was, it was on Steve Jobs when he was on his deathbed, and basically it was pretty long, but he was just talking about how he achieved all these things in his career. He made the iPhone, he made all these different products at Apple. Career-wise, he was completely fulfilled, but from a personal point of view, he didn't feel that fulfillment. He regretted a lot of things. He regretted not being able to make those relationships, meaningful relationships with people in his life, and how much he ignored them. And even he said, now that I'm on this bed, the career, the money, the wealth, the fame, that doesn't mean anything to me. What really matters is those relationships that I made throughout my life. Those are the only things I can take, the memories and the experiences that I had. And I think that type of thinking really resonated with me. Just having experiences with your friends and family is all that really matters. And for me, it doesn't matter if I'm in, at my house and my friends are just playing a game. Me and my friends are just playing a video games, or I'm watching a movie with my family, or if I'm in Cancun or Vegas or something, experience different things with them. At the end of the day, they are the constant that really matters. Nothing else should really change that. And so, yeah, I mean, I think definitely our generation, I think, can fall into this trap where we get so caught up in the materialistic world and wanting to do things that we forget about the people we're doing those things with, or what those material things, who you're going to enjoy those things with. I think COVID's really brought that to light, and that's actually probably a positive part of the whole pandemic. Very small silver lining. I think another big thing I've learned throughout this year is how important it is to just do things, and honestly how overrated planning can be. I know that's a little weird to say, but what I've realized is you can spend so much time planning things, like I'm going to want to do things like this, want to do things like that, that you don't end up doing anything. You just end up planning the whole time, which at the end of the day, I think, for myself at least, it's not a path for success or actually doing those things. What ends up happening for me is I get so caught up in the planning to make it perfect that I'll just never do it. And the way I start getting better at things is by doing it and repeating and refining my craft to the point, I iterate over it. So definitely, like, this year's really resonated that with me. Like, just do what I want to do. Like, plan things out. Don't go completely blind unless you want to. But at a certain point, you just have to call it. You have to be like, okay, I sort of know what I want to do, and I'll figure out the rest as it goes on. And you sort of have to have that trust that even if that plan isn't there and something comes up, you'll just figure it out and you'll make the right decision throughout the process. But definitely, like, if you feel like doing something, just do it. That can be the hardest part. And that's something I struggle with a lot. But recently especially, I've just done the things I wanted to do. I think the final thing, I want to touch on is just how much of the world there is to explore, how fascinating it is. Keep striving towards exploration, wanting to learn new things, want to go into the unknown. We get pretty comfortable in our routines, and we don't want to change that. But I think as humans, when we break out of those routines, we learn stuff, we understand the world better, and in general, at least for myself, I feel much more fulfilled. I think it's really important to break out of this cocoon that we have, and keep that thirst for exploring and for trying new things. The moment we lose that, I think, is the moment we stop becoming human. So, going into 22, I want to keep that thirst to learn new things, to try new things, and to make sure I'm out of my comfort zone. Because at the end of the day, that's the only way I'm going to grow. But yeah, with that said, like I said, it's going to be a pretty jumbled video. It's just going to be me putting some thoughts out there. But what have you guys experienced in this last year? I'd love to hear, some of the lessons or experiences that you guys have had. And in general, yeah, let me know your thoughts. More content is coming out soon, hopefully, depending on how school's going to go. But with that said, I guess closing remarks is thank you to everybody who's in my life. I love you. Thank you so much for being with me every step of the way. And I really look forward to 22. 22 is, wow, it's an interesting year. Feel old, but we'll see how it goes. With that said, guys, take care.